Hey everyone! I know it's been far too long since I've done a video, and sorry about that, but life happens. That's just how things are. I just wanted to touch base with you, whoever's watching this. Just want to, talk about a few things, update a few things, rant about a few things, just what's ever going on in my head, so you can kind of get an idea of me in life. So. Right now, actually, as I'm speaking, there is a typhoon rolling through our uh, area in Korea. And this typhoon is the Typhoon Danas. This typhoon is coming from the Philippines. So we've been actually I wouldn't say anticipating this. Nobody looks forward to things like this. But we've been waiting for this thing to come. And, well, it's a lot weaker than most typhoons, but it's still given us enough troubles. And I had to drive in it this morning, which I highly do not recommend. So I saw a small car got into an accident because it hydroplaned right into the side of the road. So yeah, if you're driving a small car, just understand this. And I put this on Facebook. Your car is not a speedboat, so be careful of hydroplaning. And try not to get out there. Probably stay indoors and stay safe and stay dry. But I just wanted to talk about a few things, just a few things that are in my head. Updates. Work is going fine. I'm getting more opportunities to do things when it comes to like presentations or business trips and things. I'm really enjoying my job, and some of the guys I work with, not only my coworkers, but some of the other technical foreign instructors who are also American, I get some opportunities to talk to them as well. So I think that's wonderful. So let me see, what else? D&D. I know. Flash the nerd alert, right? I do play Dungeons and Dragons. We're talking the old pen and paper with the dice and speaking as a character. But hey, that's what I like to do, It's great social activity, which will bring me into my next rant, or my only rant, but it's my major rant today. It's the one I really want to cover, but it'll cover many other areas, but I'm foreshadowing right now. But getting back to my thing, D&D, we started a new group with a couple guys in the district of Samyeon in Busan. It's wonderful. The guys are very, very nice. Very kind. Like, everybody's very kind. And some of our members from our previous group all came together to do this. If you ever do get started in D&D, I recommend it. I highly recommend it because it is a great social activity. It's one of the last bastions of social activity left, which brings me to my rant. This thing. Smartphones, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I like smartphones for what they are, and I really do enjoy the things that I can do, like keep up with my friends and family on Facebook or at work. This is a work tool for me, especially for communication. I use what's called Kakao Talk, and that's how I communicate with my coworkers or my students. And if I want to get into if one of my students is having an issue with his work and he says, "Oh, I can't come to class," hey, you can contact me. Use this thing for maps and navigation. Use it for actually phone calls. Yes, it's pretty much what a phone's for. Other things, I use it for music when when I happen to be traveling on a bus or subway, and I have my earphones on. I have my rock music all loaded up into my phone, so I listen to that, so I don't have to use any data because data, once you start, you only get so much each month. Everybody knows how phone plans work. Okay, but this isn't the rant. This isn't the rant. That's the positive things. Here's the rant I have. For the last year or so, I have been training in a Muay Thai class. That's kickboxing, for anybody who doesn't know Muay Thai. That's the kickboxing from Thailand. So for the last year, I've wanted to get back into shape, and I am officially back into shape now. So that's really, really good. So I just noticed these things at the gym. When I go there, all the people, I'm talking, it doesn't matter age. It doesn't matter if they're children, middle schoolers, high schoolers, guys my age, or even like older guys. Everybody, when they get to the gym, the first thing they do is they have to decide whether to part with their smartphone or not. I didn't know that at a gym that would be like a thing. I didn't know that that would be like a challenge for some people. When I go to the gym, my phone's in my bag, and I put my bag in the locker room, and I do not give it a second thought until after class, where I will just check it to see if my wife contacted me, if she wants me to pick something up on my way home or not, and that's it. When I'm at the gym, I don't know if I'm like a rare breed or if this is not normal in today's society, but when I go to the gym, my mind is at the gym. My focus is at the gym. My training is at the gym. I put in 100%, and there's nothing distracting me. And everybody else, they come to the gym, and if they're waiting for the next class, I mean, they could warm up by stretching and doing stuff like that. But no, they hunker down into like a chair, or they'll even sit on the exercise equipment, which is really weird to me. They'll sit on the exercise equipment and they'll be like blah 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 on their phones, and I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, if you wanted to use your phone, go back home. If you wanted to use your phone, go to a damn coffee shop. I mean, really, things are getting this bad. And I do like talk to people about like safety issues where the people are walking and their neck, like there's this it's this new trend. No, I wouldn't say trend. How do I want to put this in words correctly? It's the newest medical problem. It's they call it text neck, or in Korea they refer to it as turtleneck. When you're I'll show you a little side profile, right? So I'm walking and I'm like this. I mean, okay, this I understand, okay, but when you're going way down here, are you kidding me? Are you joking? Are you serious? I mean, think about it this way. What if you're like that the rest of your life, and then all of a sudden it becomes a genetic trait that carries on through the next few generations of our species? Think of what we'll look like in the future. I can't even imagine that. If that kind of stuff continues. Yes, I'm aware of these things. I am totally aware. I don't get easily. I mean, I'm not fully distracted by whatever this is. I mean, the world can wait for you to walk somewhere. You don't have to look at your phone all the time. Here's another thing, a few other things that came to me. Now, remember, this is not about culture shock. This is about societal shock. Because this isn't just these aren't things that just happen in Korea or happen in America or whatever country that you come from or that you call home. No. These things, I saw the most ridiculous thing personally. I'm going into the bathroom, and men's bathroom, urinal, and I do my business. I have to use the bathroom, and these guys, they'll walk into the bathroom, they'll have their smartphone in one hand, and doing their business in the other hand, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Seriously, the world can't wait for you to take a piss, really? I mean, I'm asking the question. I'm posing that to you. What I'm trying to, I guess the reason I'm ranting is because the world can wait. The world can wait for you to do something that could be deemed unsafe if you're distracted. So, I always try to tell people, be safe out there. And I've asked my students before, I asked them the simple question, do you control your phone, or does your phone control you? That's a very simple question. I challenge people I challenge your family. Me and my wife have a rule. We have a no tech rule at the table. Take your phones, gather them up, put them on silent, throw them in a drawer. And yeah, if dinner is boring because you have nothing to talk about, fine. But be there. be in communication. When a lot of us play Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, I'm not kidding you when I say this. A lot of us barely look at our phones. We can spend hours and hours playing, and we just talk, we communicate. I hate to say it this way, but like we did in the old days. I think we need to start returning back to that. I wish we could. But, the younger generations, they were, I grew up in a generation before this. A lot of the younger generation, they're being spoon-fed these things at ages as young as less than even a year old. And I'm wondering what that's going to do to us as people. I'm really curious about that. That's my rant for today. And I really wanted to just get that out there. And the gym thing was the one thing that bothered me the most. It's because how are you going to get better at training, exercising, whatever, if your mind is not where it needs to be? I'm just throwing that out there. I really am. But after a year, next month, oh my God, seriously, next month, I turn 40. I mean, seriously, I'm surprised by this. But the thing that's turning back the clock for me is the fact that I go to the gym and I put in 100% of everything I have from start to finish. And it's really starting to pay off nowadays. And I'm really enjoying it. So that's what's been going on with me. But I needed to get that rant out there. A few random things that I can throw out there. Movies I saw recently. Toy Story 4. A little dark, but very good. Another good continuation to the Toy Story movies. What else did I see? I saw Aladdin. I ended up seeing it twice, though. I went to see it with my wife, and then my coworkers during some work event, they went to see movies, and Aladdin was only one of the only English options. So I said, well, I'll just watch it again. And it was wonderful. It really was. Okay, so that's movies. And, I did see recently, I did see the Hellboy, the most recent Hellboy. David Harbour, as Hellboy, he doesn't do a bad job. It's just the writers that screwed it up for him. So I'm really sorry that happened. Spider-Man Far From Home. That really opens up a lot of doors. And I'm not going to spoil it by saying that one of the cameos near the end of the movie was one of my favorites, because I'm glad to see someone return to a certain role. So that's great. And of course, I want to talk about, one of my little hobbies that I've always had since I was young, which was video games. And in September, they have these mini systems that come out. Like they had the Nintendo Mini, then they had the Super Nintendo Mini, and Nintendo's been nailing it. I mean, they've been really good about their quality. PlayStation phoned it in with some company, and they did a terrible job. They really need to rethink their strategy before they even think about doing a mini for the PS2, because that one might make or break. But what I'm really looking forward to is the mini for the Sega Genesis. The Sega Genesis Mini. That brings me back. I grew up with the Sega Genesis. I'm a Genesis fanboy. I'm a Sega fanboy. I always have been. I had the Genesis. I even had that big thing where it was the Sega Genesis and the Sega CD and the 32X. It was that big monster thing together. And I grew up with Sonic the Hedgehog, Altered Beast, Eternal Champions, those kind of games. The Mortal Kombat 2. I remember having the cartridge games, and then one of my friends would get the Genesis game, and I have to wait. Be on not an unofficial list of friends who would be like, oh, can I borrow that game? I want to borrow that game. And then I have to wait a week, and then I can borrow the game, come home, pop it in, and be like, oh, wow, it's amazing. I grew up in that kind of culture. I really liked being in that evolution of video games, being part of that, of watching things evolve. And I really enjoyed that. And when I saw that they put so much care and so much love into the Sega Genesis Mini, and Sega's doing it themselves, I mean, I'm really looking forward to this big nostalgia overload. And I'm really looking, and they even got the old basic controller, the big 3-button controller. it does brings back so many memories of home, and I'm really looking forward to it. And the issue is going to be trying to find it here in Korea, and I have never used Amazon before, so we'll see what happens with that. Other than that, I am thinking about my family. I try to contact them when I can, and for friends and family out there, I want to ask it's not really a favor, but post a challenge or something. Um, we're in the how do I say, the the age of technology, and we have these video chat options, and I think we should get more connected with that, like Skype or whatever else you use. And I think we just have become this kind of distraction from work and school and life and everything. And maybe it'd be nice to connect with some of you again through this type of communication. Not so much me sending you a video or you sending me a video, but actually live chatting. I really would like to get back into that. So that's my update. And other than that, car's doing fine. Me and my wife did our small vacation to the local island that's part of Korea called Jeju Island. So we did our little summer vacation. And other than that, just weathering the old typhoon here. So I just wanted to get a few things out, get a few things off my chest, let you know what's going on with me. And I always give, once I finish making this video, of course I'm just going to straight out post it because I don't edit things. I like to keep it as raw and natural as possible. Other than that, I don't know when I'm going to post another video because I don't know when I feel an urge or need to do so. But like I said, if you want me to talk about other things or you have any questions about anything, just down in the description down below, just the comments or something. Just let me know what's going on or talk to me on Facebook if you're a Facebook friend. And if you're not, find me on Facebook, no problem. Oh, other than that, that's all I got. So, of course, this is Jeremy from the land of the morning calm, South Korea, signing off.